So I've never really done one of these videos, and obviously have never uploaded it to social media or to YouTube or anything like that. But I think this is an important moment, pivotal, if you will, time in our country's history. We have an election coming up in less than 30 days or something, and I just want to talk to those people who haven't yet made up their mind on who they're going to vote for, or that they might still have questions or something. So I'd like to share with you guys my views on it, and maybe that might shed some light. So let's start with Kamala Harris. I know we don't have to like our politicians. It would be nice if we did, but we don't have to. And it's not so much that I like her or don't like her. I think, she in other circumstances she might be a very nice person, but I think she's just a big fat liar. I think that she's been being manipulated by by higher power, higher people. And I know some people may be voting for her more because they're anti-Trump than they're pro-Kamala, and I get that. I understand that. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I think that she's been in the White House the last 3 years, so for her to say, you know, I'm going to do this when I become president, or do that. Why didn't you do that now? I mean, why didn't you do that the last 3 years, or do this now? I mean, it ruins her credibility, because I don't think she's going to do any of that. I think she's going to do what her puppet masters tell her to do, which is not the American people. And she didn't win any primaries when she ran for president in 2020. I know her staff have revolted on her because she's a terrible person. I mean, she's a terrible boss, I should say. She's just done a lot of things that does not inspire confidence that she's going to be able to carry out the duties. She was the border czar. Now, I do think that maybe Biden, the Biden administration might have set her up for failure when they put her that. But we'd had 11 million illegal immigrants cross the border with little to no vetting. And you've seen the repercussions of having illegal immigrants in our country that have committed horrible atrocities, and yet Biden and Harris have not done anything to stop it or to reverse it or anything like that. They say they will, but they didn't, and they don't. So that's the big thing for me. And the other thing is obviously the economy, and the fact that she comes from a state that's basically bankrupt and just worthless now because of the progressive ideas that they're trying to promote. And that's what scares me about Kamala Harris and the progressive ideas that she has. And I'm all about change, but we have to make sure that the change that's being implemented is, going to help society and not just a small section, and it's going to screw the rest of the American people or something like that. So I don't trust her with the economy. She doesn't even have a plan for the economy. When they pressed her for it, all she says is, she's going to she's going to tax the rich people. She's going to tax the billionaires, the 1%ers and everything. And, the thing is, if, even for people who don't understand how economics works and how big business works and stuff, rich people do not get taxed. What they end up doing is they pass that tax along to us, the customers. So if you think that they're going to be taxed, they're not. Or what they end up doing is they hold their money, okay? Which means that they don't hire people, which means that they don't expand, which means that they're not providing services, or they're providing some services. And so that's not necessarily the right thing to do either, because, she just doesn't understand the economy. She doesn't understand how big business works, because for her, it's a communist mentality. And that's what California is right now. It's under a communist rule, and that's what they want for the rest of the United States. And I'm obviously not for something like that. Now, on the other hand, you have Donald Trump, who was a president who had proven himself to be effective, we were all living good. And you can say, well, Obama did that. No, he didn't. He really didn't. And I understand that Obama actually started out with a crappy economy in 2008, because that's what he inherited from Bush. And I get that. And he tried his best and everything like that. But fact of the matter is that unless you owned your own business, or you worked in private corporations, you really don't understand how it works. And again, that's my opinion and everything. So, and so people will say, well, Trump has been bankrupted how many times? So the definition of a winner is those who have been bankrupted, or those who have fallen, but have gotten back up. And that's what Trump has done, So yeah, he might have declared bankruptcy, but he's gotten back up, and he started businesses, and he's been successful. And you can say, well, he inherited his money. That is true. He did inherit money from his father. But he turned those millions into billions. And you can say, well, he's just for the billionaires. If he was like that, then we would have seen that in his first presidency. And I don't think, that's what we saw. We saw a very healthy economy, and, prices were not as high as they are now. And so let's take a look at this. The man could be home in, his mansion in Florida, living his life, or on a yacht in St. Bart's or Saint-Tropez or something like that, living it up with his gorgeous wife and, enjoying life. But he's not doing that. And in fact, the Democrats and the liberals have thrown so much crap at him. And not least, he's been, attempted assassinations twice, and yet the man is still standing. Here's the deal. He is a son of a bitch. I get that. But that's who we need there. We need somebody that's going to put Americans first, and is going to put American interests first, because we're dying over here. We really are. Unless we go communist, and I think that's what's going to happen under Kamala Harris, we need Trump in the White House. So I hope that you make the right decision, because otherwise we're fucked.